Welcome to the WHHI Daily News. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Let's begin with today's news headlines. Alec Murdaugh's defense attorneys have put forth a fair amount of defense just in cross-examination of prosecution witnesses, again saying investigators contaminated the crime scene and mishandled evidence as they try to convince a jury that Murdaugh couldn't have killed his wife and son. They've also floated the theory that there were maybe two separate shooters, since two different guns were used. Prosecutors showed Paul Murdaugh's last communications with the outside world were just before 9 p.m. on the night he was killed. Texts back and forth with friend Rogan Gibson about Gibson's puppy that was staying at the Murdaugh estate. Gibson kept trying to reach Paul and even Paul's mother, Maggie, after 9 o'clock, but got no response. Just minutes before those last texts, a video on Paul's phone shows Alec Murdaugh with his wife and son near the kennels, the last time they were seen alive. The prosecution also showed video of investigators going through the Murdaugh's gun room at the estate. Two guns were missing from the room, are believed to be the murder weapons. Well, the Beaufort County School Board will now have to pass final judgment on 9 books that its review committee said were okay to put back on the shelves, but have been appealed by the folks who've put a target on 97 books. Over the last month, the book It Ends With Us will stay banned from the libraries. The board has to make that decision in the next 2 weeks, while the review committees continue to evaluate other books that have been questioned. We all know our Lowcountry hometowns are exceptional, but it's always nice when someone else recognizes it. The travel publication, simply named The Travel, has named Beaufort, Bluffton, and Hilton Head the first, third, and fifth most beautiful towns in the state. Now, if you want to travel to other towns on the list, well, York was ranked second, Georgetown fourth, with Aiken, McClellanville, Mount Pleasant, Newberry, and Edisto Island rounding out the top 10. Well, here we go again with a big lottery jackpot. This time it's Powerball. With no winner on Monday night, the jackpot on Wednesday will be over $650 million. Now, over the weekend, some lucky player who bought a ticket at the Food Lion near Sun City won $50 grand from the Saturday night drawing and has not yet claimed that prize. Now, the odds of winning even that amount are over 900,000 to 1. The odds of winning the big jackpot are about 300 million to 1. And finally, the Beaufort National Historic District lives on 50 years after it was deemed a national landmark by the National Park Service. But it has taken some hits in the name of progress over the years. In a report on the 300-acre district with 160 residences, churches from the Civil War area, the Park Service notes that numerous large-scale developments have been proposed within the district, but action from preservationists have challenged those developments. Those areas of contention are the challenge to keep the district as unchanged as possible. The report says that there have been losses of at least a dozen buildings and shifts in development patterns in the last 50 years. But there have been preservation successes, too. The Park Service is hosting 2 public meetings, February the 8th, to discuss their report and its results. For more information on these stories and many more, well, please check out the media sources listed on the screen. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And check out our website at WHHITV.com. And if you have a news tip, a story idea, or even a cool weather photo, well, you can just email it to us at news@WHHITV.com. And now, let's take a look at what sports has been up to over the last day with Justin Jarrett. Justin?
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com. The private school football landscape in the Lowco was shaken up Monday when Beaufort Academy announced the retirement of head football coach Mark Clifford, who will stay on in an advisory role to new head coach Nick Schufert, who announced his resignation at Thomas Hayward Academy on Friday. In 14 seasons as the head coach at Thomas Hayward, Shuford compiled a 115-51 record, including a 56-8 mark since 2018, a stretch that included 4 consecutive Skis and 1A state titles. The Rebels also finished as state runners-up twice, including this season, and won 7 region titles under Shuford. He takes over a BA squad that returns plenty of firepower from this year's Skis 2A semifinalist squad, but needs to replace quarterback Braden Deneen. But a QB is part of the deal because THA quarterback Dietrich Shuford will be making the move with his dad. We had a modest hoop slate Monday, but it included a Lowco-on-Lowco clash at John Paul II, where the JP2 girls were able to hold off a late charge from Beaufort Academy to earn a 60-51 win and a season split behind double-doubles from Brady Mahoney and Lily Termini. BA's rally fizzled after Michaela Washington left with a late injury after scoring a game-high 25 points. The Eagles returned the favor with a 52-39 win in the boys' game behind 14 points from Braden Deneen and 11 from Gavin Midyat. For LowcoSports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Good report, Justin. And now we have Maria with an update on our weather.
Thanks, Robyn. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're seeing a bit more rain. Looking at Wednesday, it's going to be very cloudy, but we will see rain later in the evening. Temperature-wise, Hilton is going to have a high of 71, a low of 56. Bluffton's going to have a high of 73, a low of 57. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 73, a low of 57. The sunrise for Wednesday is going to be at 7:17 and sunset's going to be at 5:56. Taking a look at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 1:14 p.m. and high tide's going to be at 6:04 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, Thursday is going to be partly cloudy with a little bit of rain in the evening. Highs are going to be in the upper 60s and lows in the 50s. Come Friday, it's going to be cloudy and cooler with heavy rain throughout the day, but it should be clear by the evening. Highs are going to be in the 60s, lows in the 40s. And then come Saturday, it's going to be partly cloudy. We will see a drop in temperature. Highs are going to be back in the 50s and lows in the 30s. That's it for today. Let's hit it back to the desk.
After the break, we'll get information on how that eagle's nest on Hilton Head is now home to 2 great horned owls. Stay tuned.